Okay, so we got another unboxing for you today, and I want to go ahead and get this one done because I'm going to use this for a custom figure, and this is Fortnite Wild Card. I have not bought any of the 12-inch Fortnite figures before. It looks like it's going to be about the same articulation as a Hasbro Titan series from the Marvel line. I'm assuming at least that it's going to have the same sort of hinges at the hips, and it looks like it has the same sort of articulation at the shoulders that those Marvel figures have. So here we got a picture on the back of this wild card fellow, and we can see he's very dapperly dressed in a white suit. Hi, Aunt June. How you doing this morning? I hope you're doing well. So, so yeah, he's going to be for a custom project. I already have a head printed out for him. You could say we're of two minds on the subject. Ah! So, yeah, it's going to be a Two-Face figure. I've been waiting for years, like since the Mattel days, for them to do a 12-inch Two-Face figure, and I got sick of waiting, so I'm just going to make my own. And I decided to base them off of the Batman Forever version because why the hell? So, uh, but yeah, we're going to open them up. It does have some cross-cell artwork on the back because it's got Fish Stick, Eternal Voyager, Battlehound, and Raven. And of course, I've never played this game, so I'm not really familiar with any of these characters. Okay, I'm glad you're doing well. That pleases me. So, all right, let's go ahead and open them up. Packaging is there's not a whole lot going on here. It's mostly like a plain yellow background. It has the Fortnite logo on there. Has a picture of the character and then the cross-cell artwork. So not a whole lot to go over there. He does have several of the loathsome plastic tabs holding him in, so we'll go ahead and cut through those. There's one on each ankle, and then one at the waist. I'm going to get that one first. Well, after the ankle ones, obviously. I already got those, but I want to get that one before I get these elbow ones. You've got one at each elbow. Oh, he's got one more at the neck. There we go. God forbid we have any extremity that doesn't have a plastic tab around it. So he's got an interesting look to him. I kind of want to get some of these guys and do them as like an updated version of the Royal Flush Gang from Batman. He's got a backpack tag, but he doesn't come with a backpack. So I kind of wonder if any of these figures come with backpacks because they don't seem to come with any accessories. His hands aren't really made to hold accessories. You can see they're in kind of a relaxed pose. I don't know if they'll actually hold anything, but I'm probably going to try to. He has a soft, rubbery coat, and it's not quite the same color as the rest of his suit. On the camera, it looks like it blends together pretty well. Let me turn on the light there. Now that I got the light on, I think you can see like the suit jacket is like a slightly more bluish shade. So let's go ahead and take that off because I think that might be removable. I'm going to try to take it off. And indeed, it has some slits underneath the arms, which look like they're supposed to help these armholes stretch out a little bit more. So if you want to, you can remove this. And that's going to be good for me as far as making it a custom, so it will make it easier for me to paint the vest underneath. And I'm probably not going to paint the whole vest because I don't really, like once I have the jacket on, you're not going to see most of this stuff. So I'm probably going to leave some of this unpainted. But yeah, this is what he looks like with the vest, with the jacket part off. And we can look at his articulations. The arms rotate all the way around like this. And they move up about so far. So pretty good range of motion for a guy in a suit. No elbow articulation whatsoever, just a solid elbow. But it does have like a slight bend to it, which I like. Wrists rotate all the way around. He's got some black gloves with some darts on the back. You can kind of see him that way. Kind of gloves like you would imagine the octopus had. if you want to make a figure of the octopus, he might be a good base for that. The octopus being the villain from The Spirit, if anybody remembers. So pretty much a Samuel L. Jackson head. You can make him the movie version of The Spirit. So yeah, this head is kind of interesting. It's clearly based on a hockey mask, but it doesn't have like most of the venting that a hockey mask would have. Plain black eyes. Got a diamond shape over one of them. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Deathstroke in that regard. Let's have a look at the box again, so we can see what the character looks like in the video game. And you can see that there actually is a slight glint to the eye, which suggests to me that the black is lenses, and he's got like looks like a black balaclava underneath, so you can't see any of his skin. So he could be like any kind of ethnicity at all, and you would never know. So, but let's go to the rest of his articulation, and there's not much left. We got legs that this is a little stiff, but I got it to move up. That's about as far up as his leg goes. And that's the other leg. So he can sit like that, but he can't bend his knees. But he does have the hip hinge like I thought he did. So he can do the sweats, no problem. So that's nice. All in all, not a bad figure as far as these cheapy 12-inch figures go. I prefer for my figures to have as much articulation as possible, and I kind of feel like the Mattel and the Spin Master 12-inch figures are kind of like the gold standard as far as that goes, but he doesn't quite match up with that. By the way, as far as custom projects I'm working on go, you can see some more of them. Here's one I'm working on right now. This is a Superman with a mullet. And this is one I actually put the trunks on this figure a long time ago. This is a Mattel. Probably going to do an unboxing of this soon, so we'll show that off since I have an extra one. This is what the figure originally looked like with the Rebirth belt and no trunks. And I wound up putting trunks onto him because I like that classic Superman look. But then I wound up 3D printing a Christopher Reeve head for him. So that made him into a perfect classic Superman as far as I was concerned. Go ahead and pop that back on there. That's the Superman I grew up with. So, Christopher Reeve is my guy. That's like, as far as Superman goes, that's the guy that like my idea of what Superman is pretty much based on Christopher Reeve. So when I found this head with the mullet, I'd wanted like a mullet Superman head for a long time, so I could give my action figures of Superman, mullets, various Superman figures. And bonus, this one actually is also based on the likeness of Christopher Reeve. You can tell a little bit more if I cover up that long hair. It is pretty cool, isn't it? So, but yeah, so I'm going to use that this extra Superman that I have, and I'm going to make a 90s style Superman with the mullet. And I think that's going to wind up looking pretty cool. And then I already showed off the Two-Face head that I'm working on. And I've got a couple more heads over here that I'm working on because I have a couple of Adam West Batmans. So there is the standard Adam West Batman. And I think this is actually more based on, again, the skin from the Arkham games. It looks a little more like that version of Batman than it actually does Adam West, but I'm okay with that. And then also, just for fun, I did a pink version of it for the, remember the episode with the Mad Hatter where he sprays the cowl with the radioactive spray and it turns it pink? So I have a pink Batman head that I made for that. So yeah, that's as far as like the customs are going right now. Let me see how easy it is going to be to pull his head off. It looks like it's a pretty big ball and socket underneath there. So I'm thinking I might be able to pull it off without even like putting any heat to it. There we go. I kind of wonder now, since this ball socket is so big, how well it's not even gonna fit. So I'm probably gonna have to do a little bit of surgery and remove this particular ball and put a slightly smaller one that Harvey's head can fit on. So that's going to be a little extra work for me. But if I hold it like that, you can kind of see how it's going to fit on there proportionally. See, so that should work pretty well. Now, in the movie, Harvey didn't have a vest; he just had his jacket buttoned up all the time. But I think it'll still look pretty good once I get it all painted up and everything. So I'm gonna do it like the movie version, where it's gonna be like a black, more conservative suit on one side, and then the other side you'll have this crazy magenta tiger stripe kind of outfit going on. So I'm pretty excited as to how that's gonna work out. But yeah, definitely gonna have to do something about that neck ball. That's just way too big for this head to fit on. Like it's not even fitting into the hole. So, but yeah, it's a good figure. I just wish it had a little more articulation to it, but I think it'll work out fine for my custom figure. At least it'll be less joints to worry about getting paint rubs and such. And it seems like it's mainly made out of styrene plastic, which is good because that means that I can use spray paint on it. The hands are kind of a softer rubbery plastic, so I'm not going to be able to use spray paint on those. Probably what I'm going to wind up doing is these hands are fairly simple and not very detailed, despite the darts is like the only detail that's on there. So I figure I can sand down the darts on this hand and paint it to be a bare hand, and that should work pretty well. And then this other hand in the movie, Harvey had a leather glove with like some metal studs on it. So I figure I'll probably just paint in the fingertips and then probably just paint the darts in to be silver. So it looks like kind of the metallic detailing on there. And maybe, just maybe, I might make him a coin because he could still hold the coin in the palm of his hand. And I think that would be pretty good. I don't know if he's going to be able to hold a gun though, because like I said, this is more of a relaxed hand. I could probably fit a gun in there, but it's not gonna look very natural when he's holding it. Anyway, so that's pretty short and sweet. We're coming in at just under 13 minutes, it looks like, but there's not a whole lot else to say about that figure. It's a good figure. I think anybody who's a fan of Fortnite would probably like it just for what it is. But for me, I bought it so I could use it for a custom. And there's not a whole lot of 12-inch figures that are in suits, so my options were limited. And it was basically the guy from Fortnite, so that's what I did. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe and all the fun YouTube stuff down below. Let me know what you think about this figure in the comments, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.